Hey guys, it's Brio. Um, so making another video about what I've been doing the past few days. Uh, it's been quarantined. Well, we got the quarantine going on. Luckily, my job's still working because it's an essential job or deemed as essential. So, I'm still getting paid, which is good. And I live with my parents. Well, parent. Um, and what's so if I do lose my job, I can just say, "Oh, can I stop paying rent?" And it's not like I have a landlord or anything. She'll she'll be alright with that. Um, but I've been really enjoying it. A lot of I'm very introverted, um, and I've sort of just gone into this because every like social thing I've done is sort of like shut down. It's been really nice because I've sort of just gone into this rhythm, um, where I'm just studying or writing, and I only work like 15 hours a week, so that's really easy. And so I'm just getting a lot of writing done and working done. I want to do more in terms of like, but I find this hard. Like, I want to eat better. I'm eating decent, but yeah, it's. I feel like if I focus on it, I could be doing a lot better stuff. But it's just I really nothing bores me more than cooking or like researching what food is healthy or what. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. I've been writing. I'm on like my fifth script that I've been writing, like out of the last 2 years, not just since quarantine started. And this one's probably, I think, yeah, of course, each one's better than the last, but this one feels a lot better than the last few I've written. Because I really, now that I know, like what it takes to make a film, sort of, and I've like, I've done these really ambitious projects and they failed, almost immediately. It's sort of like it's just given me the scope. Okay, so I aimed up here, but that's not possible. But if I aim here, that's possible. Blah blah blah. And so and so I'm enjoying writing that at the moment. It's sort of like a puzzle piece, and it's like every day. Last night I was thinking like I could not figure out a way to like write this better, and then I'll just wake up this morning and I was like writing it for about an hour, and then occasionally I was like, oh, I could make this character do this and this and this, and that'll make the context easy to show it, and it's fun. So I'm just doing that. Not sure if I'll finish it or not. The good thing about this one, it's gonna be much easier to film than the last ones. I think the last, like, I wanted to make this music video as my last project, but what really got me down with that one is I still want to make that one actually eventually. Is I just didn't understand how much history I'd have to study, and um, yeah, just because I was making basically the music video was like a rain dancer, like a shaman type character, rain dancing, and all hope is lost because his tribe is dying and there's no water. And then he like sees like a small cloud in the sky, and he like does like this cool dance to the music, and it's like inspiring. He goes from like nothing, no hope, to like fighting through it all and making it rain. But like the amount of research I had to go into, like, okay, what are all the different types of rain dancing rituals around the world? Okay, that's really hard to figure out. There's like a wiki article on it, but it's like a page long and it like tells you nothing. And so I had to go to the library and I had to read a few books, and then like other books are like made in the 1900s, so they're not in print anymore, and they're not in the libraries in Victoria. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll buy it. And then it's like $100 because it's not a print. And then it was like, okay, maybe I can go this different route and I can look up, okay, what are the different, what tribes, around the world, which tribes did rain dancing? And there's like 20 of them. And I have no idea about anything. It was like, okay, so I'll read history on all of them. And then the history is about that nation, not really about the tribes and their shamans. It's like, yeah, it's just got really, really complicated. and it felt really bad to just half-ass the because I wanted to have tribal makeup, and this, the story was so much harder, and I would want to know like what his background was, what village did he come from, how does magic work in this world, like all those different details. It was just super complicated, and I think the main story of like fighting, going from nothing, no hope, and that rising up to still fight when you got like a little hope or whatever, um, you know, like walking through hell sort of thing. Um, that was like, that core story element. It doesn't matter if that's, a character that's a shaman that does it, or if it's just like, oh, it's about a sports game. Like the format or context, or it's like Romeo and Juliet. Like that core story, it doesn't matter that if it's told in space, if it's told on, in a different language. The core story is always there of love, transcending death. So that's what I sort of been trying to think about, and so with this story, it's like, okay, I feel like I've grabbed that core element, which basically I found through watching a psychologist talk to this guy about his problems and how he uses a persona to push down his he calls it a samskar, or undigested emotion, which is he has all this built up emotion and sadness around his mother, who has brain cancer and is slowly withering away, and he's like pushes that down, and then because he pushes those emotions down, it affects his life, and he always feels dead inside, and he feels extremely lonely, but he uses his persona as a comedian to distract himself from all that. So that core, and so I basically trying to translate that into distill that, which is what I think a storyteller does, is distill life into its core. Well, that's what Alfred Hitchcock said. Drama is just life with all the dull bits cut out. So I'm trying to learn the craft of cutting out the dull bits, and I don't know, building up, strengthening the what would you call them? Emotional bits, core bits. I don't know. Yeah, and so it's the first time I feel like I've done all this research on this, but it's really nice to actually do the exercise of, okay, this is the emotional change I want to happen. How do I represent these emotions? How do I make the audience get it? And it's just like doing is a lot different to researching, so it's been really good doing, and yeah, so I got that core, and with that core I can pretty much make a script that would be essentially really cheap to make. Like all I would need is, like the cheapest I could do it is I just need 2 actors, in a room, and yeah, what do you need? You need lighting. I got a camera. I can, I want to be a bit, I can think about that later. That comes later. Script first, so I'll just focus on that. Yeah. So that's been really fun. I just want to keep working on that. The annoying thing with that is, and I don't think it's like I've listened to a lot of writers talk, because I feel like I'm very new, and I feel like I'm finally starting the exercises after trying to research how to do it for so long. But I've heard a lot of writers, and it's like the same thing. It's like you don't feel productive when you write, because there's a lot of, you write a sentence and then you're like, how does this sentence connect with everything else? And then you just sitting down, or you go for a walk and you're thinking, and then you're like, if I put this here, if I put this here, if I shift this around, it doesn't feel like what you expect it to be. Is like you sit down at the keyboard and you get like 10,000 words in a day. It's like amazing, but like, yeah, for me at least, and I've heard other writers talk about this as well, it's just like you're writing a few lines, and then you write a few pages, and then you delete it all because you have this way better way that will succinct all that into one page, and it's just like a constant create and refine and create and refine and create and refine. And so yeah, it's fun, and I'm doing that. And works on. I've been super antisocial and loving it. I got work, so I talk to people there. And the Hindu temple. I'm not sure if I've talked about this on this channel, but I went to a Hindu temple. I've been going there for a few weeks. It was really fun to like make friends and stuff like that. It was super unique. Like, yeah, you grow up in the Western world and then you go in. I know I'm still in the Western world, but it's like a very Eastern religion and stuff, and it's like it just opens your mind to like. You feel like it sounds stupid, but like you're on the internet all day or whatever, and you feel like you got a good grasp of the world. You know like what the world politics are, and you feel like you know how everything fits together. But it's like doing something like researching a different religion or something like that. It's like crazy how like there's been there's like it's like nothing. There's like been so much crazy stuff that's happened, and like yeah, I don't even know any of it. So it's like it's really opened my mind. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. So they do Zoom chats and whatever, and I've joined in on one, and they've made excuses for the other ones because I'm antisocial, but I should be on the next one, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like. No one ever likes these videos. It makes me sad. And yeah, see ya.